Super Cube Cavern is one of my most favorite Roblox games of all time, and there's a small chance you've never even heard of it. It's a remake of a game called Cube Cavern, a game released in 2011 by OG Cube. The game itself was released in 2019. Super Cube Cavern is a dungeon crawler experience. You choose a cavern, fight the bad guys, collect loot for upgrades, get more loot from said loot, etc. Simple dungeon crawler gameplay loop stuff. But what makes the game so good is how it goes about this. The art style is very deliberate, going for a goofy low poly look. The style is very consistent throughout the game, making it such a treat to the eyes. Enemies are incredibly silly. Like, a handful of them lack the facial features to even show malice. Each item has its own witty description, which includes all of the vanity items. There are cases where the whole purpose of an item's existence is just to be an item, like the L and Ultra L, which serve zero purposes outside of just being a joke. I slightly touched up on vanity, but let me delve deeper. Customizing your look is a huge part of this game. There's a daily shop in the lobby that refreshes every 24 hours. The shop has a chance of selling hats, costumes, items, or emotes that you can show off. Some of the costumes and hats are even user submitted, as Super Cube Cavern accepts submissions for vanity items. This to me helps appeal to those who like making vanity items, or those who just like a large amount of vanity. You can customize your Papon, which is the name of these dungeon dwellers, to your heart's content. Additionally, there's options to edit your skin tone and hair. Maybe you want to create yourself, or perhaps some weird blue alien. It's your choice. Overall, vanity is such a huge part of this game, and a part of which I feel is easiest for anyone to enjoy. Moving on to the caverns, there are currently 5 in total, 3 of which have working bosses. Those 3 being the Hollow with the Pumpkin, Fungi Overgrowth with the Mushmaker, and Rock Fossil Cavern with Dinosaurus Rocks. The remaining 2, Mixtape's Castle and the Buried Jungle, have the Dinosaurus Rocks as a placeholder. The 3 individual unique bosses have their own gimmicks that make each fight distinct enough from one another. I think that's super neat. I think their individual gimmicks fit really well with the theming of their caverns. Aside from that though, I won't be spoiling these bosses. They're best experienced firsthand. Each individual cavern has a generation quirk that plays into how they're randomly generated. Fossil is cavey with rooms. Overgrowth is very tall and wide, with side passages usually leading to the mushroom enemies waiting in disguise to kill you. The Hollow is usually expansive with tough enemies. Mixtape's Castle is made up of rooms filled with magma, and the Buried Jungle is the largest cavern, littered with trees and enemies. This deliberate certainty in the design of each cavern is super cool. A step up from the original game, where at most a cavern was a different color, same generation but with new enemies. Another thing that makes the game so wonderful is the music. Each cavern has their own bop of a tune, produced by OK Route. Some of the music was also produced by Z Kevin, like the menu theme or the Hollow Cavern. I've actually been playing one of the cavern themes this entire video, that being the Fungi Overgrowth. Just take a listen, these sound amazing. So now on to why you may not have heard of it. Super Cube Cavern released in 2019 as version 1.0, and 4 years later it's on version 1.288. That's not a big jump. It's to my belief that what happened was Burnout. When you launch something, it spikes in popularity. You want to work hard to maintain that growth, but as you work, you get more tired. Working on Super Cube Cavern was either exhausting or became uninteresting for its original developers. Over time, it'd get passed down, according to its current devs, around 4 groups of different developers. No new substantial updates would come, and thus, no reasons for old players to come back for more, or for new players to see what the fuss was about. Eventually, the game would fade from its debut popularity into a standstill, quietly populated game. Recently, however, I've room for optimism. I've always silently kept my eye on the game and its update channel in the Bribblecode Discord server, and I'm to believe that maybe this time, the game will again get the attention it really deserves. Q&As, teasers, all brought upon by new developers with an ignited optimism to rekindle that spark that was Super Cube Cavern. I'm an optimist myself. This game's style, music, and community managed to embolden themselves from the crowd in today's games on Roblox. Super Cube Cavern hosts such a special, unbridled, whimsical charm that I don't think I've seen much else of in Roblox. Super Cube Cavern is fun, creative, free, whimsical, and just about every other positive word you could describe it. Each detail oozes with charm, and that is why it is one of my favorite Roblox games of all time. And you should check it out too.